Hi, this is Teacher Jennifer from U.S. Citizenship Podcast. Happy Thanksgiving! Today we're going to listen to a U.S. citizenship quiz about the history of Thanksgiving. Let's get started. The first Thanksgiving was celebrated by 90 Wampanoag Indians and 53 Englishmen after the colonists' first harvest in October 1621. Question: the House of Representatives has how many voting members? Question 2. The first national proclamation of Thanksgiving was issued by the Continental Congress in 1777 from its temporary location in York, Pennsylvania, while the British occupied the national capital at Philadelphia. Question: what is the capital of the United States now? Question 3. The first president proclaimed November 26, 1789, as the first Thanksgiving Day. Question: who was the first president? Question 4. The president declared Thanksgivings in 1798 and 1799. Question: who was the second president? Question 5. Because Thomas Jefferson was a skeptic and supported religious freedom, he did not declare any Thanksgiving days during his presidency. Question: what is freedom of religion? Question 6. James Madison renewed the Thanksgiving tradition in 1814 in response to a resolution of Congress at the close of War of 1812. Question: name another war fought by the United States in the 1800s. Question 7. Thanksgiving Day superseded Evacuation Day, a holiday that was held annually on November 25th prior to the Civil War. Evacuation Day commemorated the British withdrawal from the United States after the American Revolution. Question: why did the colonists fight the British? Question 8. During the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln proclaimed the last Thursday in November to be a Thanksgiving Day. Question: what was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did? Question 9. Thanksgiving 1939 had 5 Thursdays, so Roosevelt declared Thanksgiving to be on the 4th Thursday. Roosevelt thought that an earlier Thanksgiving would give stores more time to sell goods before Christmas and would help bring the country out of the Great Depression. Question: what is the economic system of the United States? Question 10. The GOP protested against the 1939 Thanksgiving date change and calling it an insult to the memory of Lincoln. They began to call November 30th as the Republican Thanksgiving and November the 23rd as the Democratic Thanksgiving or Franksgiving to insult President Franklin Roosevelt. Question: what is the political party of the president now? Question 11. Freedom from Want, also known as the Thanksgiving Picture, is the third of the Four Freedoms series of 4 oil paintings by the American artist Norman Rockwell. The works are inspired by Roosevelt's 1941 State of the Union address, known as Four Freedoms, which was based on the rights guaranteed by the First Amendment. Question: what is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? Question 12. Rockwell's painting, Freedom from Want, shows an older white couple serving a large turkey to their family. This image has been reinterpreted many times, most recently as part of the Four Freedoms Project, which celebrates American freedom and diversity. Question: what are two rights of everyone living in the United States? Question 13. In 1963, John F. Kennedy unofficially spared a turkey. The practice of pardoning turkeys in this manner has become a permanent tradition in 1989. Question: what is the rule of law? Question 14. On Thanksgiving 1969, members of the Red Power movement occupied Alcatraz Island to protest against racist governmental policies. This action is celebrated as Unthanksgiving Day, which honors Native peoples. Question: what movement tried to end racial discrimination? Question 15. On Thanksgiving weekend 1960, journalist Edward R. Murrow released Harvest of Shame, a video which documented the abuse of migrant workers in the United States. He contrasted the poverty of the workers with the abundance of the Thanksgiving feast. These are Murrow's closing words: "The migrants have no lobby. Only an enlightened, aroused, and perhaps angered public opinion can do anything about the migrants. The people you have seen have the strength to harvest your fruits and vegetables. They do not have the strength to influence legislation. Maybe we do. Good night and good luck." Question: what are two ways Americans can participate in their democracy? Extra credit. On Thanksgiving morning, thousands of people gathered together to run or walk through the streets of downtown San Jose in the Silicon Valley Turkey Trot. This annual event raises hundreds of thousands of dollars for local charities that serve low-income and homeless people in one of the richest areas in the United States. We are proud of and grateful for our community. Question: how does your community celebrate Thanksgiving? What are you personally grateful for? Thanks to the students and staff of Milpitas Adult School. This quiz was based on a Wikipedia article about Thanksgiving in the United States. Please visit us on the web at uscitizenpod.com, where you will find more resources for Thanksgiving and for Native American Heritage Month. Thanks for listening. I know you will be a great American citizen. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.